Everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Dr. Jonathan Pearlman, and I first and foremost want to make sure that everybody that was affected in any way, shape, or form by the weather, that we just had these really terrible hurricane-like storms here in North Texas, in the Dallas area. I want to make sure that everybody is okay. It's one of those humbling moments where, you know, as somebody who lives, you know, day to day and enjoys the luxuries of what most of us Americans enjoy, you know, the devastating effects of Mother Nature can show up and, you know, humble us all real quick. And it's one of those days where you realize you're not the most important person in the world, and there are other people out there that have really been affected by this, whether it's them losing their home or their car being damaged, all the way to losing loved ones who were out driving to work in these just terrible kind of situations. So I just want to first and foremost say that there are more important things in life than, you know, views and clicks and, you know, what we're going to have for lunch today when it comes to some of what we just all experienced. Which leads me into the topic for the day, because we need to move on and we need to live our life and we need to make sure that we have our health. Because without our health and without feeling as good as we can optimally feel, we're going to be depressed, we're going to be sad, we're going to be not productive. We're not going to be any good to ourselves, we're not going to be good to our friends, we're not going to be good to our spouse, and it's going to take its toll. So if that resonates with you in any way, shape, or form, what I want to again point out is, you know, when I talk about exercise, I'm not just talking about, you know, weight loss and having a nice physique, which are like all the amazing benefits of feeling good about yourself and finding a mate and your mate being attracted to you and all these other amazing things that happen when you're in the best shape that you can do, both not just mentally, but physically as well. But today's video, I was reflecting on something, and that was that in the last week, let's say, I've had some really nasty left knee pain. And I, from time to time, whether it be from being on the bicycle or going running, will have bouts of knee pain. And usually I will go to, you know, the world's best massage therapist, Adriana Morales, who's here in Dallas, and I consider her a, you know, great friend to the clinic and a great friend in life and a great synergistic partner. And also business, not just business, but clinically, we think very similar. And what's interesting is, you know, why when I went and got, you know, work done the week before, did it not work? Well, one is I didn't have a work on my knee, and two is it wasn't really a soft tissue tendinous problem, and here's what I'm going to explain. If you do a little bit of research, and if you look into why does improved stability or concentric shortening, tightening, strengthening of a muscle actually make joint pain go away, what you'll see is similar principles or thoughts that clinically are applicable to, or I should say also why it makes sense clinically, is that if you strengthen the muscles around a joint, you have stronger muscles, more blood flow to the muscle, and that every surrounding area of the joint in terms of the musculoskeletal components are going to be stronger, protecting the joint from excessive movement, and excessive or inappropriate movement in a joint can cause pain. So that's one school of thought, and that's one probably likely true statement, because if you ask anyone, just anyone who goes to the gym that has made it a habit in their life, that's not, oh, I'm so sore because I lifted too much. They usually say, I feel really good. Oh man, I haven't been going to the gym. I haven't been going to the gym. That's why I don't feel good. That's why I think I got hurt. I haven't been going to the gym. So they know that a routine and consistently going to the gym and exercising, concentric training, right? So I'm concentrically contracting my biceps is just an example, and this is eccentrically lengthening the muscle with control. Now, you can do eccentric loading or eccentric training for certain benefits like improved stability, lengthening of muscles, and what I call progressive motion. You can use that for, but the concentric training is what's going to, how should we say, grow the muscle, hypertrophy the muscle, and where you can be a little bit faster, building sort of explosive strength, desensitizing the muscle, and, you know, breaking down fibers to create blood flow to regain for the muscle to rebuild stronger. So that's, you know, again, it's almost like building on or elaborating on my first thought. The second thing is the neuromuscular control. So I'm going to read something off my prompter here so I don't jumble it up in my own words and go down a rabbit hole. But it says neuromuscular control. Stability exercises improve neuromuscular control, which is the ability of the nervous system to coordinate muscle activity around the joint. Better control means more efficient movement patterns, which can minimize undue stress on the joint and associated structures. So very well said, very articulate there. And so what that means is if you come to me as a chiropractor, you know that I have a sign in my office that says it's all about the nervous system. If you can control the muscles around the joint and the joint movement, and the brain perceives it as pain-free, full range of motion, they're going to know, the brain registers, reduced pain, greater range of motion equals stable, pain-free. It's like a new norm. The chiropractic adjustment works by doing, or I should say inhibiting pain through changing the pressure gradient and releasing gas, not just gas in the joint, again, reducing the amount of pressure that's built up within a joint, reducing and changing the pressure gradient, and that is how the brain then receives a signal like, wow, oh wow, pressure off, the nerve root, the disc, the fibers, the joint, the musculoskeletal resetting of a joint, and that is how the brain to body connection will work. It is a neuromuscular control reducing pain in the joint. Now, the question is, does one or the other work, or do they both work kind of the same way? And I would say that they work together synergistically in such a manner that sometimes you cannot achieve the first point we made about stability of a muscle and concentric training until you reset the joint. That's always sort of been the thing that I'm most confident saying when it comes to chiropractic and pain cases. And what I mean by that is, if it's just pain that's keeping you from doing something, oftentimes, I don't care how many exercises you learn at your physical therapist's office. I don't care how many massages you get at the world's greatest massage therapist. I don't care how many decompression sessions you go on to decrease your lower back lumbar pain. It isn't going to change, and you will not get better if you do not have a specific chiropractic adjustment to the right bone, to the right joint, done the right way with the right torque, taking the fascia and musculoskeletal system in account to reduce pressure and reset that joint to improve neuromuscular integrity, stability, stabilization, everything else that leads into being able to then do musculoskeletal strength training, stability, concentric, and then eccentric by default. You don't have to do eccentric all the time. You can concentrically do a deadlift and then drop the weight, but that's another story. And then you will be stronger and more stable for it. And again, this is all stemming from the fact that I went to the gym today, walked backwards with the sled, my knee pain went away, and I've been doing this stuff with the knees over toes guy, Ben Patrick, ATG, all the respect. I love this guy. All of you right now should go to Ben Patrick's channel, check out the ATG system, watch all of his videos as it pertains to you and your health. You will become stronger, functionally better, functionally fitter, have a better understanding of functional movement, and he's just an overall awesome dude. 10 out of 10 stars for Ben Patrick. Go watch his stuff. And what I was going to say is, that's why I pull the sled backwards, because of his content from a few years ago. It not only strengthens my lower back through something called reciprocal inhibition, and again, that's for another time, but my back is stronger because of pulling the sled. My knees are stronger and inhibited pain today because of pulling the sled. And then I do these I do these glute abductions. That's abduction away. So my outside of my thighs are against the pad, and I push away simultaneously, and I build up from 70 to 90 to 130 pounds. And this is phenomenal exercise to build stability around the muscles and take the pressure off of the pain I'm feeling of the joint that's taking the brunt of all the work, which is why, again, having muscles matter. As we age and if we are becoming less resilient, and joints and joint health and arthritis are a thing, and by arthritis I mean bony arthritis, calcifications, degeneration, and osteophytes around a joint causing potential pain, you need to be able to move those joints as safely as you can, feeling as good as you can, and then building stability and muscles around it so you don't injure a joint when you fall, so you don't injure a joint when you go beyond anatomical integrity reaching. Sometimes it's better to be a little stiff, a little tight, and not have that full range of flexibility. Again, flexibility is great. Flexibility is very necessary, but you only ever really heal a joint if you have compression and motion. What is compression and motion? There's a certain amount of flexibility, absolutely, but it's focused on stability of the joint through a range of motion, handling compression. So I'm going to stop my video here. This has gone on too long. This is the digestible 10 minutes, I hope, of why stability and weightlifting and weight training and concentric motion is so important to be able to become stable and reduce pain in a joint and how it works. And if you guys ever need anything, please feel free to reach out. Subscribe to my channel, comment on the video, share it with a friend. We're all about helping you guys live the best possible, natural, pain-free lifestyle and doing the healthiest things that you possibly can. All we are is a resource and a guide, and everybody have a wonderful day.